Okay guys, I just want to get this video up really quick. I've been reading some of the comments. Some are pretty nasty. Some people are implying that I'm not making videos because of my last call. This is not the case. I've been busy with work. Monday I'll be done with this project. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be doing a live stream Monday or Tuesday. I actually will be creating charts during the live stream and taking requests, and we can watch those charts play out live after they're created. But what I want to cover is, my previous call, what happened, where I think we're going. Also, there's some bearish divergence you need to pay attention to. If you do want to access these charts, guys, the website is opticalcrypto.com. The link will be pinned in the first comment in the description. So let's jump into this real quick. And I understand, a lot of people just read the thumbnail and the description. They don't watch the actual video. Please, in the future, watch the video rather than just reading the thumbnail and the title. So this is a video I put out on July 17th. And yes, I was making a specific call for a specific price or a timing for a target. But listen to what I said. It does seem likely that we'll probably bottom. I think when these 2 points intersect, that's when we're going to bottom. I'm not saying we can't get lower. It just seems like this is a likely point to catch a nice bounce to push up. Let me show you that chart. So again, this is the chart, and I would like to point out, if you'll notice how well we're respecting this orange ring right here, you notice we pushed up as support, 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 support. And you can see right here the same thing happening. Pushed up, finally it was support, 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 right? So I would like to point out, just going by time, if you go from when we started finding support on this ring to when we had our drop, it was roughly 44 days. And you can see once we pushed above this, currently we're at 38 days. So, 44 to 45 days is going to put us right at this apex, which is going to be like July 26th, July 27th. So I think it's very possible, but by July 26th, July 27th, that'll be the point we bottom. So if you have access to the charts, guys, if you are subscribed to these charts, make sure you have the E1 chart up. That is the first target to watch. This is the G1 chart. I talked about this in previous videos. I said, look, if once we get below, and I showed in previous videos that we've been respecting this support level going back since the beginning of Bitcoin. I said once we got underneath it, it became resistance. That's when I know that it's going to be bearish. So I expect much more downside, but I do believe that our downside target is going to be around July 26. I don't see this pushing up. Anything is possible. Had we pushed back above 33,300 and it became support, I would get bullish for more upside. That did not happen. This support level is now resistance. So if we do push up, watch 33,300 to get rejected. Again, very strong. So again, and saying potentially if we come down, now here's the actual chart. Again, this video that I just showed you, this was July 17th. So what I was saying was that if we came down, a likely target, and yeah, obviously, pumps happen, guys. Price is going to push up, price pushes up. But, take note when we pushed up. And look at the date. This right here was, I was talking about the 26th or the 27th. This is when we got this major pump. We pushed up a total of, what, 15%? And that was on the 26th. The next pump was the 27th. Had we dropped, again, I was just telling you based on this chart, had we dropped, a likely point to catch a bounce would be around 22,700, depends on, 22,800, because this would be a likely point to catch a bounce. This is the next ring below. If you go back and watch previous videos, I covered why this was the case. So I was saying if we came down, a target to buy is here. Obviously, price can push up. And right now, if we push up, you've got your 34-week moving average, which is setting here at 41,581. And do not forget, we have the 21-week moving average, guys. The 21-week moving average, if we could come up and test this around 45,800, get rejected, and start coming back down. If we get above the 21-week and hold support, guys, that is super bullish. If you'll notice, and guys, just like I showed you in the video, I was talking about as soon as you get above, at any point, you get above this resistance, and this becomes support. This is where you buy. This is where I bought. I would not buy down here, no way in hell. As long as you're below this point, I figured it just made more sense we'd come down. Also, keep in mind that, exchanges, they want to liquidate longs and shorts. If longs are stacked, price is probably going to drop. If shorts are stacked, price is going to push up. That's what happens. But again, this was the key support and resistance level I was talking about. It was currently resistance, but you can see price did push above it. This is where I bought. Notice what happened here. Price pushed up. We got rejected. We pushed above it. We came back down to support. This is where I bought to ride it up. Now I wish I would have bought here, but I would not buy there because there was no real support. Our next support was down here at 28,500. So I was out. If I'd have bought here, that would have been a almost a what, a 39 over 39% profit. I didn't get that much profit. I bought in here because I knew this was strong support. So, you know, my profit is currently 20%. I'm in to see what happens. Again, as long as we're above this point, I remain bullish. So, you know, our key support is 34,275. We could come back down and test that. Notice I had this red line here. This is our previous high. We have not got above that high yet, so we have not made a higher high. And that is right around 41,261. So again, guys, I was giving you a possible scenario. I said if we stayed below this point, right, it made sense that we would come down and we would test this target. And again, when we got our pump was around the 26th or the 27th. It was, if it was to the downside, this would have been your target, around 22,800. So anyways, I gave you both scenarios. I told you what to pay attention to. If you didn't watch the video, I'm sorry. But again, I would not buy if we were in this area. I was bearish as long as we were below this point. And as soon as we get above it, I'm bullish. So right now I'm bullish on Bitcoin, yes. As long as we're above this point. And the great thing, and why I try to tell you, look, if by buying here, now I'm in with a stop. So if it comes back down and it you know, my stop's a little above. So if it comes back down and it stops me out, I lost nothing. As long as the minute continues up, continue to make money. The point is get in at a safe point. We knew this green line was strong resistance previously, so we knew it flipped a strong support. The next daily candle opened and found support. So that was the point you buy. That was a safe play. Again, you know, we didn't go down. We'll never know if we would have hit this target and got a bounce, but that's all it was a target. This was a likely point to catch a bounce if we dropped. Since we pushed up, we'll never know. This is what I'd like to point out about bearish divergence. You can see this is it's a rising wedge. This is Bitcoin. Anything can happen. If Well wants to buy, they'll send the price up. But you can see that we have some bearish divergence here. You can see we have it on the RSI, and we have it on the MACD as well. You can see it's angling down while the price is pushing up, and you know the apex is coming up soon. I can tell you right now, your key support, while yes, it is the bottom of this wedge around 40,094, you do have support. You can see this line right here. This is our support. It was resistance, flipped as support. So your major support right now is 39,471, and your next major support below, notice we're respecting this line as support and resistance. So if we drop from this this rising wedge, your next major support is going to be right here at 34,600, and let's see how that plays into this, and that will still be above. Again, this is a very key support level right here on the G1 chart, 34,300. As long as you're above that, guys, I remain bullish on Bitcoin. Let's see. So again, just remember this is a rising wedge. It's a bearish pattern. It can break to the upside. More than likely, it breaks to the downside. Plus, you have bearish divergence. Keep that in mind. Your next resistance above to watch is right here at 42,741. And I had drawn this curve. We were bouncing off of it. Notice that we broke this curve. So if we push up, you know, watch to potentially. Let's see. The top of this curve is right here at 41,481. And where is this right here? Let's see, 41,480. 41,480. The top of this wedge just so happens to be the top of this curve. So watch to get potentially rejected around 41,480. Again, that is the top of this this rising wedge. So either we break to the upside, which would be a substantial move, should be the distance from the top to the bottom of this wedge. You know, you pull this up. I think you come from the top. You know, that takes you up to around 46,000, but you will get stopped out, I think, by the 21-week moving average. I just want to go through a few of these charts. Your current support on this chart right now is 39,629. This chart here, this has been a very accurate chart. You can see this is currently our resistance right now. And again, we didn't make it all the way up with this wick, but if you go by this wick and we make contact 1, 2, 3 times, this could be a bullish pattern. So, it depends on how you look at it. Let's draw this like this. That could potentially be this is a bullish pattern right here. So, if we get above this price label here, right above 40,800, expect one hell of a move to the upside. And if we break to the downside, well, we got our targets below. We know that this has been very strong support and resistance right here. We know that this has been very strong support and resistance. So again, that's the point of these charts, swing trading. So potentially when you come down, where to buy, to push up. If you break this support, this is the next major support to buy down here. The DXYs have been dropping, guys. I told you, pay attention to the dollar. If the dollar's coming down, typically Bitcoin's going to push up. That's how it's been playing out. This was a pivot ring that had been in place for a while. I made tweets about this. As soon as we approached this ring, we pushed up. As soon as we crossed it, we dropped, found support, pushed up, and now we're coming down. Your next support for the DXY is around 91.72. It's very possible once we hit this target, we can start pushing up. I do think the dollar is going to start making a move back up. This is just, I guess, a lower or a higher low. I mean, the dollar's actually pushed up quite a bit. So I think the dollar is actually pushing up. It's just retracing back down. This is your next major support for potentially pushing up higher. Remember, Bitcoin's a hedge against the US dollar. As far as the Dow Jones, the Dow's up right now. I'm going to cover this at the end of this. There are some bullish news out there that I think is pushing some of the markets up. And again, guys, this is the bigger picture. What I'm trying to show you again. The top here is the DXY, the dollar, US dollar. The bottom is Bitcoin. Look, dollar coming down. Bitcoin pushes up, right? Let me pull this up a bit. When the dollar starts pushing up, that's when Bitcoin comes down. This is during COVID. The dollar started coming down. Bitcoin pushed up. And you can see the dollar is going up and down. You see it's coming down. But, this Bitcoin is following it completely. The dollar, it pushed up, right? Bitcoin came down, the dollar came down, Bitcoin kind of went sideways, and now the dollar started to come back down, and Bitcoin's got a little pushed up. So it's inversely correlated. So follow the DXY. And this goes along with the stock market. What I'm saying is, now there is some news out there, I'm going to cover this as well, but you can see the Dow is pretty much topped out. And now I would follow the S&P and the NASDAQ as well, but you can see that, we're pretty much topped out. So we'll have to see if we continue up or if we continue down. The highest point right now, this is going to be a lot of resistance on the Dow Jones. Do we recover? If we get above 35,616 on the Dow, that's pretty damn bullish. Our next target below for support is around 34,151. But the news out there, so there's this Amazon job post hinting at plan to accept cryptocurrency. That's very bullish news. This was on July 26th. They're talking about this. Maybe they're talking about it for a while, but I guess just more people are just now hearing about it. That would be very bullish for crypto. Amazon. The number of people order stuff on Amazon. It's crazy how much. I order stuff on Amazon. Everybody does. So if they accepted crypto, that'd be very, very bullish for crypto. Also, the Senate is. They haven't approved anything yet, but they're moving closer and closer to releasing this $1 trillion infrastructure bill, which is going to pump money into the economy, into the markets, which is bullish. And then I think the sentiment also is that, the recession's over. Everything's back to normal. The shortest recession ever is over 15 months ago. And they're talking about markets are going to continue up, the economy is recovering. Maybe that's the case. Guys, if that's the case, if the U.S. markets continue to push up, if you start seeing the dollar continue to tank, right now it's coming down. If you see the dollar just continue to drop, guys, the markets continue up, then you want to be bullish on Bitcoin. And again, I will say this one more time, pay attention. As long as we are above 34,120, as long as we are above this green line right here, I remain bullish. I bought in right here around 33,500-ish. And I'm staying in with my stop set below this point, right below 34,000. Well, my stop's down a little below to play it safe, but as long as we're above this point, I remain bullish. But do understand, in a bear market, we come up and test a 21, and notice that, I have this on the daily. This is the 200 daily moving average and the 21-week moving average. It's very possible we could push up, test this, get rejected, and as long as we stay below the 21-week, guys, this could be potentially, we're still in a bear market. If we get above 44,800 and hold support, that is super bullish for Bitcoin. So again, my stance is the same. Above this line, bullish. Below it, bearish. That's it. Next time, guys, I know some of you that left comments are just trolls, and some of you are just lazy. Watch the video. I gave you both scenarios. Had we continued down, this would have been your target. We won't know. We never hit that target. We pushed up. We got above this point. I said, this is where I get bullish. This is where I bought. I'm glad I did. I hope others did as well. So again, if we get below 34,000, well, let me move this closer. If we get below 34,000, below 34,000, roughly 34,000, I get bearish, because this will be resistance again. If this is resistance, this is bearish. As long as you're above, that's bullish. I'm not going to repeat myself, but pretty much that's it, guys. And I'll have a link to this video now if you want to check it out. And this is about, make sure you go into about, I guess it's about 8 minutes and 28 seconds in when I start talking about what I was expecting with Bitcoin. And again, if you want to access these charts, websites optioncrypto.com, link will be pinned in the first comment and description. Guys, that's it. Till the next video, expect a live stream on Monday or Tuesday.